Welcome. Today, I just wanted to do a video on near-death experiences just to talk about it a little bit. I do have some upcoming episodes on the Electric Spirit podcast regarding near-death experiences. I interviewed some people. And today, I just wanted you to watch a video, and it's from the YouTube channel, The Other Side NDE. And I can hopefully post the link in this video description. I hope this will let me. But anyhow, I'm just going to we're going to share a screen here and I'm going to play the video in a second. But I just wanted to tell you one time during a reading, my guides told me that we're giving you this message from spirit, but know that because there's other energies involved in the prediction, it's just like if somebody gave me a reading, I have a lot of other people in my life that could impact the prediction that maybe a reader gave me. Okay. So my guides told me that we're going to give you these messages, and this is for the person you're reading, but just know that they could change because there are other energies involved. And I feel like some people, they can be really hard on psychics. I mean, I know there's a lot of like charlatans out there, people that aren't really psychic. But I do feel that like those of us that feel we have real gifts, and I do feel that I do, because I mean, there's just so many crazy things that have happened to me in my life. I could probably go on for hours talking about it. I mean, so I really do believe that this is real. One that comes to mind is I actually gave this lady a reading, and she was asking about this guy she was seeing. And she was worried about him because she thought he was hiding something from her, like maybe he was sick or something. Excuse me. And it ended up he was sick. And so all of a sudden I'm doing this reading and I'm like, well, his mother's coming through. And so his mother came through and I said, well, she's saying that she told me like the name of the street. It could have been like Guthrie or something like that. That wasn't it, but it was something like that. And I said, she's saying that there was a street named after her in this town, and it's called Guthrie because they were like kind of a prominent family in this town. I mean, they weren't famous, and I didn't know that, but like I guess they were prominent on her side of the family. And they were probably, from the 20s and maybe the teens and 20s, this lady was born. So a lot of that stuff's not on the internet, so there's no way I could have looked this up. Okay, I don't do that, by the way. I think it's ridiculous that people accuse people of doing that, but I can see why they do. But anyways, I had knew nothing about this. And so I said, there's a street, and she just like couldn't believe it. And there's honestly no way I could have known that. So, when you get stuff like that, I mean, it just proves to me that, there's honestly, no way I could have known that. So, that this stuff is really real. But I remember my guides telling me, we'll give you this information, but we can't always guarantee that it'll happen the way we say it because of the other energies affected. And I really feel that a lot of people can be hard on psychics because a psychic is just a conduit that's delivering a message from spirit. Maybe they're somehow more connected to the spirit world. Maybe it's their energy or something. Maybe they're at a higher vibration than some people are. I'm not sure. I do feel like we're all born with an intuition. I don't honestly feel that we can all give psychic readings, unfortunately. I mean, I have people in my family that I'm related to by marriage, and they're not intuitive. And even if I privately tutored them for a year, I still don't feel like they could give psychic readings because that's just not their life calling. I don't feel that everybody can do this. But the ones that are doing it, we do get messages from spirit. And, maybe 90% of the time they're right. Sometimes it can change because there's free will, because energy's fluid. And then we got all these other energies involved that could change some things, And that's why I think, sometimes people say, well, my prediction didn't come true. It's like, well, sorry, I got the message from somebody up there and they told me this, but maybe things changed. I mean, you got to keep an open mind with this. luckily I have a pretty good track record. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this work. But that is what my guides told me, is that, we can show you this for this person, but we can't always guarantee it's going to happen the way we say it. Okay. Now I find it interesting because I was watching this video yesterday, and I want you to listen to what this lady says when I start playing the video of what her guide told her, her angel or whoever, after she died. This lady had surgery in I think it was the 80s, and she died. I don't know if they severed an artery or something, and she died, and this being was showing her, all the things that happened in her life, all the things, experiences that she had. And then after that, she starts talking about, like, they say you could go back, and then they tell her exactly what I was told. So she's basically confirming what they told me, what my guides and angels told me about predictions and how your life is going to go. So please take a second to watch this video, and then I'll be back. I'm just going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you I might play the rest of the video because it's actually kind of interesting. And so here we go.
Or I could choose to go back to my life. But if I was going to go back to my life, there were things that they wanted me to see. And they said, not everything we're going to show you is absolutely for sure going to happen, because other people who are involved here have free will, and they can choose not to interact the way currently it looks as though would happen. But some of these things are very certain they will take place if you decide you're going to go back to your life.
Showed her the rest of her life when she decided to come back from the near-death experience, and they said this is going to happen, but it could change. So I just want you guys to know that, with psychic readings, it's not always set in stone, but most of the time it is. Let's see. And so if you have time, maybe watch some videos on it. It's actually very interesting. I wanted to pull some Akashic record cards for you, and I did pull two of them. One, I got the Oracle of Delphi. So these are some messages for you for the Akashic Tarot. Okay. And the Akashic records are kind of like, you're going into your records of maybe lives you lived before, if you do believe in that. So I did pull the Oracle of Delphi, and it says, when you receive this card, you're in a time of great insight and psychic power. Even if you don't recognize it, it lies very close to your consciousness because you have used this gift in so many past lives. You may get images or feelings without even knowing how to interpret them. Take note as you practice both your psychic perceptions and their interpretations. Just as they gave the Oracle of Delphi a profound awareness, your psychic perceptions and their interpretations give you a powerful insight into the Akashic records and visions of the world. So an exercise you could do with this card is to close your eyes and go within. Feel your psychic energy growing and expanding upward from the depths of your being. And now notice the first thing that you sense. So you could just do, like, sit in a chair, take a nice deep breath in. As a matter of fact, let's do it right now. So we're just going to do it for like a minute. Let's just take a nice deep breath in and exhale. And let's just sit here with our eyes closed and see what messages that we're getting. See what images that you perceive. Just close your mind and just sit in a chair and just close your eyes and your mind from the outside world, and just see what's coming into your mind, or what do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? slowly open your eyes and see if you felt anything or what did you feel? I started seeing a bunch of things. I saw a little boy sleeping in a sleeping bag, and then I saw an eagle and I saw candy canes. So that's what I saw. Uh, and I also saw an eagle. Did I say that? I saw an eagle. Um, okay, so the next card I pulled is number 2, the Akashic Library. You guys see that? So I just pulled 2 cards. So this was the second card I pulled. And so inside a library, candles cast a glow upon the books in the tall shelves. A sage sits thoughtfully with an open book on his table and a quill pen in hand. Sometimes this card can indicate writing or publishing a book for you, but this card also symbolizes a new initiation, an ability to manifest a new life in every way. You have moved deeper into the Akashic records and into a higher self-awareness. Further investigation may be required, but now you have to better understand your old motives and your purposes. It is also a time of heightened intuition. So you're getting 2 cards about opening your psychic ability in your third eye. So it's a time of heightened intuition as well as a greater time of self-creation. During this phase, all you have to do is add a little conscious effort to write your new records in the Akasha. To get started today, write one simple declaration about the future that you wish to create and repeat it to yourself often. So write it on a piece of paper and repeat it or read it often. Then decide one thing you can do to make it happen and do it. Anything can happen now. The breath of the landscape before you rests solely on the scope of your imagination, and you will own it. So when you receive this card, it indicates that a book will bring a message to you. So if you have a book, or maybe you're looking at a book, it's going to bring a message to you. Today, open any book that compels you to do so. Let it fall to any page. Read a passage there and reflect on the words throughout your day. Determine which relationships or situations in your life it addresses, and don't assume that it's the one that's most urgently on your mind. The Akashic focuses, or the Akashic forces, are active in every part of your life, and your books are actually a part of the Akashic's library. So just know, like, pick a book off a shelf and just see. As a matter of fact, I have an astrology book here. I'm just gonna, this is for 2023, on every sign, I'm just gonna pull it open to a random page and read. Oh, wow. It's the sign of Cancer. So this is about self-improvement for Cancer. Your love planet is going to be in spiritual Pisces, and you will receive guidance in love matters from spirit through dreams, intuition, and the advice of psychics and tarot readers. So that's if you have a Cancer in your life, just know that their spiritual world will open up and they're going to receive messages of the spiritual world. And another message of this card is, as you close your eyes, envision yourself stepping into the most beautiful and serene of all ancient libraries. Imagine yourself taking a book from the shelf and opening it to a page. Notice the first word that comes to you. What does it tell you? How does it feel? Remember to visit this mystical library often and tap into the expansive wisdom that is yours. So I really like this. And like I said, this is the Akashic Tarot by Sharon Ann Klinger and Sandra Ann Taylor. So you can get it on Amazon. It's actually kind of a cool deck. And I just wanted to pull one other card for messages in spirit. Maybe you have a loved one in spirit. And let's see, I'm going to pull one card. This is the Messages from Heaven Oracle by Jackie Newcomb. Let's see if you have any messages from any deceased people that you knew in your life, whether it be relatives or friends. Let's see. Oh, interesting. The card I got was, we support you as you cleanse and clear both inside and out. So it looks like you're kind of maybe clearing things out of your life. So just know that your guides support you. And let's see if I can just pull one more here. We care about you and we want you to take care of yourself. So don't forget to check into yourself and take care of yourself. I feel like you need to drink more water. That's what I feel. And then I just wanted to pull from the Ascended Masters deck by Doreen Virtue, who no longer does this work. She's now a born again Christian, which is fine, but she stepped away from metaphysical work. I actually took a class with Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine in the San Diego area years ago. About 5 years ago, it was a oracle card class. It was kind of cool. Okay, so let's see what you got here. Oh, Ascended Masters. This is Moses. Take charge of a situation. So you got that card. And I'll pull two more. Oh, positive changes are coming. Parvati. She's another Ascended Master. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And then, like, your last card, let's see. Purification, White Terra. So I think you just need to get rid of things, and there's positive changes coming your way. Take charge of a situation. And then I just pulled one more because I had to. It talks about priorities, King Solomon. So I really feel like you have some changes to make in your life, just shifting things around, but there's positive changes coming your way. So I just wanted to give you a little bit on the near-death experiences. We do have some great interviews coming up on the Electric Spirit podcast on near-death experiences. And from all the things I've heard about the near-death experiences and even people I've interviewed, it feels like it's pretty positive. The only thing that I was a little bit scary about it was one lady said coming back into her body when she came back from wherever she was in another dimension that it hurt. So that was the only thing. She said it felt very light when the soul left the body, but when the soul tried to go back in, that it kind of hurt, which is interesting. But anyways, otherwise they seem like pretty positive experiences. And it's interesting. I also listened to a few interviews about people that don't believe in God and don't believe that anything happens after we die, and that they were pretty shocked that there actually is an afterlife. So I think that we're here on Earth. You almost wonder, like, why are we even here? Like, what's the point of this? I feel like we're here, like this is a school where we learn things, and we're just, it's like a life lesson place. And it's not a great place. It's a very materialistic place. It's dense. It's a lot of, lower level vibrations, like, money, greed, fear, that kind of thing. But I think we're meant to meet certain people. And I do believe we have past lives. So in each lifetime, we meet different people, and there's different life lessons that we go through. I do find it interesting with these near-death experiences, from what I've heard different stories of, that they do give you a life review. And what's interesting is there was an article on Apple News about a couple weeks ago where this guy was hooked up to a bunch of electrodes. They were doing something, like they were testing his brain or something, and he ended up having an epileptic seizure. And he died. I don't know if he came back, but he did die during this whole thing. But they accidentally caught that when you die, like, we only use 10% of our brain. So like all these like centers like opened up, and it was like the scientists were like, oh my gosh, like all these like centers opened up, and apparently they're like centers where like you remember a lot of things in your life. Like, I don't know, it's crazy, but I just think it's very fascinating. And I don't know if you have any comments or thoughts about this, but if you do, comment below. If not, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I like the channel. Hopefully I can put a link to the channel where I played a short snippet of the lady that had a near-death experience. So I hope you have a great weekend and thank you for supporting me. I appreciate it.